You'll have to do
Okay.
it this way.
So this is a tamale?
So, there
You
you
don't
have her,
in-
Shan. There's a lot of meat and just the right amount
You
of
don't eat
masa.
the corn husk? Okay, well, friends, before we see the reaction, real talk right now. I started the video saying what the hell are tamales, but honestly I feel like I still don't understand that well what tamales are. This is one of the most complex recipes I ever saw Kent Rollins cooking. I feel this one will be difficult for me to try here in Portugal, but honestly, if you leave a like, if this video does very well, I'm a crazy man. I may try to perform some tamales in Portugal. This sounds really good. I mean, all the meat, I like it, but it seems also very difficult. How to make homemade tamales? Well, friends, I'm super excited for this one, but the reason may surprise you since I have no idea what tamales are. That said, a lot of you guys have been suggesting this recipe for my cooking show. Because of that, I'm super excited. But before we go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. Is the best way to show support. Now, if you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration. Link for the original video in my description, and let's play it.
Ever think about making some tamales, but you thought it would be too hard? Well, folks, it ain't. Stick around. I'm going to show you how to make these homemade tamales.
Wait, sorry, my friends, is this corn husk?
Whew, a tradition you'll keep forever.
Oh, my friends, I'm so excited for this one. We are going together. If you are with me, I'm not alone. Tamales.
Hey, thank y'all for stopping by the
Thank you.
backyard. My name is Cowboy Kent Rollins, and we do a lot of cooking here. What kind? Dutch oven cooking, cast iron care. We do a lot of grilling, but ooh, y'all are in for a treat today with the best hot tamales in the world. You know, this is a tradition for a lot of families to have a Christmas or Christmas Eve, maybe even New Year's Eve. Now, before y'all
Oh, really? Sorry, my friends, this is a very early question, but do you guys think most Americans know what tamales are? I'm always a bit insecure when it comes to this type of reactions, in the sense that I don't know if you guys know the food I'm watching, the recipe I'm watching, because America is too big, right, my friends? So it's a bit, some foods are very popular in Mississippi. That's it. You know, but you guys get my point, right? So I hope you guys at least have an idea what tamales are. A lot of you guys end up suggesting, so I assume that's the case, but I never know for sure.
showed up here in the backyard, we done did us some prep work ahead of time to make this a little faster, or we'd have been here plumb through next week. Now, first of all, drag out that crock pot. Go ahead and turn that rascal up on high. We're going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. Then we're
Okay.
going to add 3 garlic cloves.
Okay, my friends, this is the time we have to pay a lot of attention because you guys know me. When I see Kent Rollins videos, one of my main focus is, can I cook this here in Portugal? Let's see how difficult this can be. Sorry, let's pay attention. And you guys may pay attention with me. Maybe you also want to try this.
High. We're going to add 2 cups of chicken broth.
I have
Then
that.
we're going to add 3 garlic cloves that have been finely minced.
Vampire killers.
Salt and pepper, probably about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of each one. So let's get after that pork butt. We're going to lay it out here on this cutting board.
Pork butt. Beautiful pork butt. But friends, pork butt is the same meat that I also end up using for pulled pork, right? Pork butt. Okay.
And we're going to cut it in about 2-inch chunks of meat. Then I'm going to go ahead and season it really well with Red River Ranch mesquite seasoning, and we're going to rub it in good on both sides. Go ahead and place it there in the crock pot. Don't leave them 2 bay leaves out of there. Lay them in there, and we're going to let this cook about 4.5 to 5 hours until that meat.
So, sorry, what the hell is this machine, the crock pot? Should I buy one in Amazon? Should I buy one, my friends? Do you guys think this is an important one to have in the kitchen?
Lay them in there, and we're going to let this cook about 4.5 to 5 hours until that meat falls apart and gets tender as it can be. So about 2 hours into this process, folks, I ask you to go ahead and get you a sack of them corn husks out, okay? Clean that sink out if you got to. Put the stopper in there. We're going to fill it up with warm water. Then we're going to...
Okay, big problem right now. I have no idea where I will be able to find corn husk. My friends, this is not the Midwest here in Portugal, with all the respect. Corn does not grow everywhere. I love the Midwest, by the way. And this is a joke, don't go crazy. Yeah, this one I have to do some. I have to call the Portuguese government to see what's up.
Separate them corn husks and throw them down in there. And then we're going to get us a plate, platter, something you got, sit on there, sort of shove them all back in there to where that thing.
But you, sorry, oh my friends, I feel like I'm pausing so much today. But can I actually eat that thing, the corn husk? Is something that is you can eat that?
Can sit down in there and them going to soak, because they need to soak about 2 hours. That way everything's going to be coming off at the right time when we get this process to going. Now, as that's soaking and the meat is cooking, let's go on and make this beautiful red sauce that goes in both the masa and the meat. Now, you're going to need 3 guajillo peppers, them dried ones. And I like to take the end of them off, shake them around there and rattle them, get them seeds out. We're going to put them in a medium sauce pot.
Holy, I never saw that. What?
That is pretty well 3/4 full of water. Next, we're going to just go ahead, half as a white onion, throw it in there. We're going to put 2 garlic cloves in there, whole, not minced. Next comes them ancho chilies, them dried ones. Pop the stems off just like you did them others, shake the seeds out of them.
Damn, this type of products, my friends, real talk is a bit difficult to find here, but I will try my best.
Then we're going to have a jalapeno.
Actually, I have a lot of people that are very knowledge when it comes to, preparing dishes and stuff like that. If you guys see something that it's an alternative will do it and it's very easy for me to find, feel free to leave me a comment, my friend.
Pop the stems off just like you did them others, shake the seeds out of them. Then we're going to have a jalapeno and a serrano. If you like them pretty spicy, leave seeds and all and everything in them. But I'm taming it down for Shannon and the Beagle because they ain't too much into spicy today. So I just split them right down the middle, took the veins and the seeds out, put them over in that pot. I'm going to let them boil for 15 minutes, hard boil, till they get good and tender. Then I'm going to turn them off, let them come to room temperature, and then we're going to put them in that electrical gadget that y'all seen me use so many times that I'd like to throw away, and that is called a blender. And we're going to purify this stuff till it is good and smooth. Then we're going to strain it, make sure there wasn't no skins left on them peppers or anything like that. Let's get back over and look at that meat, and you can...
Okay, this is a complex recipe, my friend. Sorry, but normally I like to say, okay, this is easy, but this one, it's looking quite difficult.
Tell when I stuck that fork in it that it was tender. We're going to strain that meat out of there,
Holy sweet potato. I will eat that right away, my friends. That is looking delicious. Oh man, I love pork.
Sure you don't waste none of that broth because we need it all. If you got a bone or anything in there, look for it, chunk it out. Get your forks in there, both of them, and just get to going to where you can shred that up really fine.
This guy made pulled pork in a pan. How crazy is that?
Whew. Y'all still with me there? We was going on a roll there. I was riding that pony for all he is worth. Now, I'm going to tell you something. It's time for a pep talk. It really is. It's getting close to Christmas, and you got to do things right to make things special. Now, sure, you could go buy some of them things out of can and put them in a pot. Everybody that's at your house that had you a present, they ain't going to give it to you. They're going to run off, take their present home because you was trying to serve them Chef Boyardee canned something and others. These are a little time consuming, but it is not hard. It is really a pretty easy thing to prepare. And the memories you're going to create here, hey, this will become a Christmas tradition for you all the time. So let's get started.
You know what, my friends? My friends, can I get a like for Ken Rawlings? Because I love the way he cooks, the motivation he tries to put on us. You know, I really like that. So can I get a like for him, my friends? I feel like he deserves a like 100%. Go to his channel, show him all the support. You guys know how I feel about him. I love to react to his stuff. By the way, he ended up watching one of my videos. It's probably my biggest accomplishment. Wait, that's a difficult word in English. Accomplishment. Did I say this correct? Basically something that I'm so proud here on YouTube. Kent Rawlings ended up watching one of my videos and leaving a comment. How crazy is that? A random Portuguese guy.
On this deal, and let's take us about 2 to 2.5 cups.
That said, this is looking crazy difficult.
Of masa. Now, this is one of them deals to where sometimes...
Masa? Oh my god. A new Pokemon appears. What the hell is this masa?
2.5 cups of masa. Now, this is one of them deals to where sometimes you got to add a little more than you think you do. So we're going to start out with about 2 1/4.
Wait, the patriotic flour that I have does not work here.
And see what happens. Then after that, we're going to go ahead and add us a little more salt and pepper. Remember when I was telling you about that meat broth that we strained out of there and we needed to save? Well, guess what? We're going to go to putting some of it in here. This is where we get so much of that good, rich flavor in there. We may end up using this all, folks, but we're going to start with 2.5 right now.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and sort of get this to mixing. And this is not going to be like no dough that you're used to making, whether it be like biscuit or pie or something like this. We're going to end up making this pretty wet, we are, folks. Some good old hog lard. And it takes about 2.5 to 3 cups, but you just sort of melt it down there, let it cool a little bit, and I go gradually as we're starting here. So we're just going to get in here till we get it all incorporated, and then we're going to have to get our hands on it.
Yo, my friends. Okay, question for all of you watching right now. Please help me. From 0 to 10. This to me is looking at 10 in terms of difficult. Am I crazy to say that? From 0 to 10, realistic, how difficult do you think is for me to perform tamales here in Portugal? Be honest with me. If you think it's a 10, I mean, I may just try this when I go to America, that's it. But if you guys think, André, you can do it. It's maybe a 6 or a 7. I may give it a shot. But if this is a 9 or a 10, I may have to skip this one, my friends.
Flour my hands just a little. We got to keep this wet. We ain't through adding stuff to it, I promise you. First of all, we're going to add us a little more broth. How much? About 1/2 cup. Okay. And at this time, folks, I'm going to take...
my friends, I have no idea what he's doing. Why is he doing some type of dough? You know what I mean? I don't even understand that.
Give me 2 good heaping tablespoons of this red sauce, maybe 2.5.
Ooh, the red sauce.
And we're going to mix this again.
Yeah.
This is a hands-on deal. This is going to take a lot of that what you call patty caking method. The red sauce that's in there, sure, it changes the color, but it's also giving it flavor. So we're going to mix a little more of this lard in there. Probably that'll get us down to our 2 cups. And we'll probably end up putting a little more meat broth in there. You got to keep this wet enough, folks, that it will spread on that corn husk. So that's sort of what we're after. Just because I love y'all, I'm going to give it a little more meat broth, because I do like some of that. As you
I also love you all.
There, if Shannon will show you, it's sort of like working wet concrete. It'll stand up there, but it's pretty wet. That's the way we like to keep it. Now, when I first started making these, I think the thing that I learned right off is, if it's too dry and too crumbly, your masa ain't gonna be there no more, I promise. It just falls apart. That's why we gotta keep this pretty wet, and that's why you gotta work it with them hands. So we're gonna add just a tad more of this. I would say we're down to about 2 3/4 cups on that, and about 2, a little more of the broth.
Is tamales part of Tex-Mex food? I know there is Mexican influence on this one for sure, right? But is Tex-Mex, is this fair to say?
We got this here sauce left over. Guess what? It's going in the meat that is being shredded. And I think I'm going to put just a tad more in there because I want it in there. And just mix this up to where you can see all that sauce blending in with that meat really well. You want to make sure everybody's got some of that loving on it. And you can see what I'm talking about,
to look
folks,
good.
is this set, how stiff it got. About another 2 tablespoons of lard, and I'd say about, we'll call it a 1/2 cup more of broth. All the broth that come off that meat from the 2 cups of chicken broth and what was rendered out of that pork butt when it was cooking, you ended up using. And due to the miracle of the beagle don't like to eat raw corn husk, they are still here. There is a smoother side on one side. This is the rough one. This is the smoother one. Get you some of it right there.
Yo, my friends, I don't even know what the hell I'm watching. This is crazy stuff. My friends, we are going to eat meat with some type of flour from a corn husk. Damn, Americans are insane.
And I like to just take
in a good way. And
now,
Mexicans.
I've seen people do it different, but I like to just run mine over here with a spoon. And I like it on mine, so I may go a little heavier than what some of you do. And if it gets
This is some type of butter, right, my friends? It's a Mexican butter, if that makes sense.
to pulling up, that's why this little deal of water's over here. You can just smooth her back out there and everybody's good. You can't be stingy on the meat. I can remember getting some tamales one time, and you bite into them, and all it was masa, that you did never find no meat. Just fold him over. Then I like to give him a tuck, keep a rolling, and then guess what? Fold that in under, and you can see that I make mine pretty good size. I've eaten some of them tamales that was like that. There is number one, folks. So all you got to do is do the rest of the 35 after that.
Can you like speed?
Wait, but you can eat that right away? Or it needs to go to... This recipe is incredible, my friends. I never saw anything like this at all. Never.
This up a little bit. I got things to do.
I'm trying. This is where you usually have help doing it in the kitchen, Shan. We getting down to the end, we are. Now, see how that's trying to pull there and sometimes it don't spread too good? You could add a little meat broth to that, but it's just as easy just to have that little deal of water over, and that way everything comes out smooth again. Place right dead center.
So instead of bread, they end up using this, basically, right? But can we also be honest? This with some type of bread or tortilla would also go well. Or do you guys think this adds flavor?
Y'all. When you pull this over, pull it to where it seals really well, okay? And then roll her back over here and fold her. And looky there. We don't like but about 2 more and we'll be through. Is it New Year's yet, Chan? I feel like I've been working a long time. Now, folks, we be having us some of these leftover corn husks, but don't be throwing them away because we need them. But I got to take you in the house, folks, and show you what I done made. It is a cowboy tamale steaming pot, homemade, and it works. So let's take these in there and get after it. Well, folks, you seen me put this MacGyver pot together, you did. 2 coffee cups down in the bottom. Fill it up right to the top of the cups with hot water. Then I took that old enamel plate that I drilled me 16 holes in, set it down there. Then I put this little round stainless steel bowl in there. That way we can stack them tamales like pyramid style or teepee.
Yo, my friends, this is the most difficult recipe I ever saw in my entire life. Look at all the technology he ended up finding for this. Oh, okay, my friends, we may have to rethink if I can do this one or not, honestly. Wow.
Style up against that thing and get after it. So we need to go ahead and light this burner so we can get this hot and get it to going.
That's the wrong burner.
That's the wrong one. You know Bertha ain't got no knobs, Shin. That's why I do so well on her. So crimped in is always down. Now, my steam pot is a little different than most of y'all's. Folks, y'all can get one of these at Amazon. They'll have you a regular steamer on there and you can get them. Some grocery stores even sell them at places.
We have Amazon here.
Everybody got a home, but we ain't got no lid.
Oh my god, corn spaghetti right now. Oh wow, this is insane.
Lid on him. That's why we saved these husks. Sure, we're going to put a lid on him, but we're going to put these in there to help hold some of that steam and that moisture in there. Put the lid on. How long is it going to take? Well, after it reaches a boiling point, we're going to turn it down to where it's just a simmer, and that's going to take a little while to get there. And then we're going to let it go probably 1.5 to 2 hours. About 1.5 hours in, I'm going to pull one out of there, and if it will come out of the corn husk and stay together, it is a done deal, folks. So
holy,
folks,
this is
crazy. Let's just look back at some of the camps we cooked in this year.
Oh, man. Man, the food looks so good every time I see this type of camps that can rolling shows. It's incredible. Beautiful America. Can I get a like for the flag, my friends? Of course I can. Wait, what are they doing? Oh, wow.
We'll just grab that little rascal right there. Look at him, he won't come out. And folks, we're gonna have to let that cool just a minute before we can check it, because it is what
You can see it's night, you know. It was day. Oh,
call
man.
burning my fingers. So, and I was always taught, if you can get it out of there, it is done. We might let them go just a tad bit
Wait, now I'm disappointed. You don't eat this. I thought you guys would eat this, actually.
longer so this other side will set up. Now we turn this off like I promised you, and we're gonna remove them husks and set them over. Get the rest of them. You can go to getting them out and just put them on a wire rack, let them sit there a minute, or you can just let them cool in there a minute. I've done it both ways, but as long as they will come out of the wrapper, and that's like, I be rapping, rapping. No, it ain't rapping. Like, I'm gonna get my hot tamale, I'm gonna make it hot, I'm gonna give it to you, so guess what I got?
That was amazing. Oh my, see, a man with multiple talents.
Well, I better do it this way. So, there you have her, Shan.
And you eat that with a spoon?
There's a lot of meat.
What is
Just a
this,
lot
my
of
friends?
masa.
Tamales.
That pork cooked down that way.
Okay. We have to run this part back specifically because I want an introduction for the YouTube video. My friends, you guys know I do a bit of a clickbait, but you know, for the views. That said, let's pretend we are watching this for the first time. But for real, that looks, it's not what I expected.
Well, I better do
Okay.
it this way.
So this is a tamale?
So, there
You
you
don't
have her,
even-
Shan. There's a lot of meat and just the right amount
You don't
of
eat
masa.
the corn husk? Okay, my friends, before we see his reaction, real talk right now. I started the video saying, what the hell are tamales? But honestly, I feel like I still don't understand that well what tamales are. This is one of the most complex recipes I ever saw Quinto Rollins cooking. I feel this one will be difficult for me to try here in Portugal, but honestly, and this is me being the most honest I can. If you leave a like, if this video does very well, I'm a crazy man. I may try to perform some tamales in Portugal. This sounds really good. I mean, all the meat, I like it, but it seems also very difficult.
That pork cooked down that way, so tender with all them seasonings. But the thing that kicks it over the top is that sauce you make to go with it. All them peppers blend well together with that onion and that garlic. You can make memories, get the whole family involved, set them around the table, throw one of them throwaway tablecloths in there, get everybody making hot tamales on Christmas Eve. From our family to yours, that's me, Shannon, and the Beagle, and from the wagon and Bertha, we thank you all. We do. And we wish you
Thank
a very
you.
Merry Christmas. We wish you a blessed holiday season. Now, just as I promised y'all, Beagle take care of that. And I told y'all Santa might drop by and share some of his favorite recipes. So
What
God
a
bless you
legend.
one and all, and let's eat some tamales before Santa get them all.
Okay, my
The
friends.
Santa happy dance. Ho, 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 ho.
Wow.
What do you mean? Supper time? Oh, man. Let's Santa get it.
What is going on? Oh, the food.
You folks
You know, that's impressive because the dog is a bit fat. You know what I mean? That jump was impressive. I mean, real talk.
happy dance. He got them all right here. Woo! Wait! Supper time.
Okay, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Sharo beans. I have no idea what the hell this is. My friends, that said, thank you so much for watching this with me. Really means a lot. You guys end up staying until the end. Again, this was a difficult recipe, and I think you guys agree with me. But at least the way Ken Rollins ended up performing this, I thought it was difficult. But you know what? I mean, if this video does well, I may give it a try. I probably will fail bad on this, but I will give it a try. That said, thank you so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friends.